The new iPad Pro flexes, but at the same time it does not flex depending on the orientation of the device. Before attempting the test, two of the most popular channels in this regard have uploaded their content. Let's start with Zach from JerryRigEverything, who usually does these kinds of tests. He demonstrated that by holding the iPad horizontally, you can start bending it. If you apply pressure on the back cover, the glass on the opposite side may begin to detach from the iPad's body, but it doesn't seem to cause significant damage. However, at that moment, Zach bends this iPad, but now it is oriented vertically, and on this side it seems to have its weakest points, as the USB-C port snaps and completely cracks in half, also damaging the glass of the screen in the process. However, it was a rather quick test that Zach conducted, so on the Apple Track channel, they also performed several tests on this iPad, and I believe it can give us a clearer idea of the durability that this device could achieve. So to start, he conducts several tests with not too much pressure, and in these tests, this iPad performs very well because there is not a very serious damage visible. However, the important part is when it's compared to the previous version and the current version, showing that by applying a bit more pressure in a horizontal format, the previous generation iPad Pro ends up with a slightly more pronounced bend. If you place the iPad on the table, you immediately notice how one area is bent, while the current generation seems to withstand this type of bending much better. So I believe that in this sense we see an improvement in the construction of the current iPad. In fact, in the video by JerryRigEverything, it is revealed how specific plates are screwed into the middle structure, providing good reinforcement when attempting to bend it horizontally. However, this plate lacks a complement to reinforce the structure and prevent any kind of bending in the vertical format, so I suppose that is why it is easier for this iPad to bend vertically. These details, showcased in the video, shed light on the factors contributing to the iPad's susceptibility to bending under certain conditions. Actually, on the Apple channel, they displayed precisely the same, indicating that both the prior generation and this one are capable of breaking vertically. However, there is another very revealing fact, because in the previous generation, the LCD screen can get damaged, so light leaks start to appear in the area where the glass broke. However, in the current iPad with a tandem OLED display, we will notice that the screen continues to perfectly display all the information, so in that sense, it gains a bit more durability. It is important to remember that this new iPad is the thinnest product in Apple's current lineup, so it was expected to have some weak points when trying to bend it. Despite being a device of such large dimensions, I believe it will resist very well. In fact, on the Apple Track channel, they reached the conclusion that carrying it in a backpack or applying some pressure by leaning on it will not damage it, because it really requires a lot of focus pressure on certain points of the tablet to bend it significantly. Even when slightly bent or damaged, the tablet continues to function perfectly well. So, I think the conclusion is very accurate. It is a device that won't easily break down simply from receiving certain levels of pressure.